what they have actually achieved. Here to inspire us, I want everyone to really listen to this. Here to inspire us of this story of how he founded the Gratitude Gang and the Grasshopper Project. We have Mr. Erwin Valencia, but before he comes up, I'd like to ask Nian to read just some things about Erwin.
Yes, he has led a very interesting life, as you will hear later on. But for now, Dr. Erwin Benedict Valencia is an award-winning multi-hyphenate, high-performance coach, wellness expert, gratitude scientist, mentor, keynote speaker, two-time nonprofit founder, community builder, AI and wellness tech advisor, investor, and more.
His most recent post was with the New York Knicks. So any of you fans of the New York Knicks?
You take
so
the podium,
as director in training and conditioning, leading all medical, performance, and wellness initiatives for close to a decade. He initiated the team's mindfulness program alongside legendary coach Phil Jackson, started the first ever in-season daily breathwork program in the NBA, and was the first to collaborate with the meditation app Headspace in order for it to be used as part of the team's recovery strategies.
Amazing. His current passions lie with his two nonprofits, Grasshopper Project and Gratitude Gang, focusing on mentorship and mental health respectively, as well as serving as an advisor to a number of wellness and AI startups.
So he is at the tail end of his sabbatical, spending more time rediscovering his roots, giving back and practicing what he preaches on how to live life to the fullest with purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for Mr. or Dr. Erwin Benedict Valencia.
We need a microphone. Oh, too many things. All right, greetings and salutations, everybody. I got a whole bunch of stuff in my hand, so I'm going to put this down real quick. I'm not much of a podium guy, so you're not going to see me on that podium. I like to move around, and I like to normally move around and just go on the stage and kind of just have an idea of how everyone's doing. So, first of all, foremost, how's everyone doing this morning? I mean, once again, I didn't hear anything. How are y'all doing this morning? Okay, that's much better. You guys didn't realize that you were in a personal growth seminar, huh? That you came here, you're like, I thought this was a startup tech thing. So, anyways, we're gonna slowly pull up the slides here, and once it gets up, I'll be able to put you guys on a journey of my journey, and hopefully it'll inspire you on your journey. If you are a startup founder, who are the startup founders here? Startup founders? Okay, I like the little small hands here. You'll be proud. Damn, I'm a startup founder. You know, you got to do that. Any nonprofit founders here? Any nonprofit founders? I'm a nonprofit founder 2 times over. All right, cool. I love it. Trying to give back. Any investors? Any investors? Angel investors? Get angel investors in the house. Me too. There we go. Any advisors doing it sweat equity to try to get that 1%? Any advisors in the house? I like it. Okay, cool. We got a variety of people here, and okay, we got the sign saying like, okay, hold on 1 second. We're trying to like actually get the slides going, which is always an interesting situation when you're actually already on stage. And then we're gonna put the timer up too, so we understand we don't try to go over. Try and be respectful of everybody's space and everybody's time. So, question for all of you guys is, do we think that it's possible to dream something and make it happen? Now you gotta raise your hands. Damn, there's no dreamers here? What conference are you guys in? If you're not startup founders, then don't be here. Get out of here. Because you have to dream, you have to vision. You have to see the future ahead of you, or else it doesn't happen. I mean, let's be honest. If you think you're just gonna sit down in your chair and you're going to be like, oh, this is going to happen. I'm going to win the lottery by merely sitting down in my chair. Then you're lying to yourself. I mean, straight up. One of the things you'll learn is that you have to buy a lottery ticket. I mean, if you don't buy a lottery ticket, you don't win. I mean, that's the bottom line. So hopefully in this journey, as I go through, I'll be able to like help you be inspired and maybe transform maybe some of you to look deep inside and say, I am a damn dreamer, and guess what? I'm gonna make this ish happen. All right? So, all right, cool. So we're now officially online. Perfect. So thank you again for having me here. My name is Erwin Benedict Valencia. I am a high performance coach. Right now I'm a high performance coach. I'm a wellness expert. And in this context of today's conference, this startup week, I'm also a 2-time nonprofit founder. I also started one of the first ever social impact Web3 projects in the Web3 NFT space with my mentor and advisor, Gary V. Or not Gary Valenciano, just to make sure. There's some confusion. They say Gary B, huh? It's Gary V, and Gary Vanderchuk, if you guys know. He literally started what is now social media agencies. He's an early investor of Facebook, of Twitter, all that other stuff. So he's somebody I look to as it relates to something moving forward and innovative. So, and also to this context of today, I'm also Earl's brother. Anyone know my brother Earl Valencia? If you don't know Earl Valencia, then you don't know why you're here. So I'm just letting you guys know. He's my younger brother, just to let you guys know. Everyone thinks that I'm the younger brother because I'm the one that's like hanging out. I'm the one that's like going to parties. I'm the one that's going to Burning Man. My brother is the one that actually like has a stable job, obviously has kids, and even he dreamed of the life that he had. I dreamed of a different kind of life. We're just different. So, but just to let you know, I'm the older, sexier brother. Just to let you know. So just want to be straight up. So my brother's sexy in a different way. He has a mind that's a little different than mine. So on this journey, I've been blessed to be able to experience so many things that many people dream of. I've been so blessed and so thankful that when I was 18, I dreamed of a situation that would allow me to be one of the first ever Filipinos that was raised and educated in the Philippines to stand foot at an NBA court on a daily basis. And not only did I do that, I did it at the world's most famous arena. I did it at the Mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden. Anybody know what Madison Square Garden is? Anybody? It's just the dudes. You're like, yeah, we know. But Lakers kami, Lakers eh. So, all right, I like the Mavs, okay? Got a shout out to the Mavs right there. Dallas in the house, Big D. But I've been very blessed to not only have MSG as my office, if you must, but also I've been able to experience things in different lights. I've been able to use my clinical skills right up here as to be able to really physically help athletes at the times of needs and injury. But also, as I've gone later in my career, in my life, I've noticed that even though physical challenges hit my athletes, the greatest thing that makes an athlete different, above everything else, is their mindset. And just like startup founders, you need the mindset. You need the Mamba mentality. You need the Jordan stillness and presence. You need the ability to be calm like LeBron James. And as a startup founder, if you don't have that, you're already losing the battle. And so I've been blessed to be able to help a number of athletes become most improved players, to be in the running for MVP, to be able to bring them back to the understanding that basketball is just a game. And they're fortunate to be one of 300 people every year to play in the NBA and get paid millions of dollars to play this. Do you know, here's a little bit of trivia here, that every year 60 new players come to the NBA, whether it's through the draft, whether it's through the trade, whether coming from Europe. So that means there's 60 NBA players that get kicked out of the league. Think about that. That is a massive percentage of people that change every year. So just like the startup world, it's easy to understand. And I put that in perspective because as a startup founder, you're just one of a million. You're asking for the same money everyone's asking. You're also the person that's trying to be in the ground level saying, like, I'm going to get this work done. But then you get just kicked out because next year, there's another crop of people that are coming in. Not even next year, maybe next month, maybe tomorrow. So it's important for you to understand that you need to have a certain mindset to allow you to take it to the next level. So before I start, that wasn't my intro. That was just like, hey guys, that's my what's up. That's my what's up. This is what I normally do for my intro. I do 3 things. Whether I'm speaking to about 150 of y'all here, or when I'm speaking to 5,000 people, when I'm talking to 1,000 people, when I'm talking to 5 people, I start with 3 things. First, I begin with gratitude. Anybody do any gratitude practice in the morning here? Anyone? Oh my God, you're just like, what, 10 people? I mean, 10, okay, fine, 15, you know. And I start with gratitude. First by saying thank you for having me here, to obviously everyone from the team here at Philippine Startup Week, for having me here, for Dave Del Rosario, for contacting me, Kelly in the house, what's up, and for Diane and for everyone else that's here. I know that you can do anything on a Monday morning, I guess, before lunch, and you're here listening to some amazing information from amazing panelists and speakers, but also you're here listening to me. I know you're here for the free food, let's be honest, and maybe the free coffee I'd pick up outside, but I thank you for coming in and listening to me, and obviously hopefully being present, to be able to hear what I have to say, that hopefully inspires you to go on your own journey and fulfill dreams that you like to dream. Second, we're going to upgrade the selfie game here, because I know us as Pinoys, we love our selfies. So I'd like to get everyone to stand up, please. I know you're like, oh, we're going to stand up. Really? You guys have been sitting for like an hour and a half now. Get your butts up, go on, move on a little bit, staring at your computers, eating your food. We're human beings. If we don't move, we die. I mean, let's be honest. If you don't breathe, you die. So I want everyone to stand up real quick, and I know this is upgrading next level selfie vibes. Normally people use the camera, but you know what? We're not normal. So what I'd like to do is, this is not just for me, but for everyone over at Startup PH, is I'm going to record this, and all I want everyone to say is, Startup PH. Is that cool? I mean, we're already doing a 360 situation. Anyone have one of these things? These are crazy. So I'm up leveling the selfie experience by going and bringing it up like that, so that we can create a little globe. I know, I'm like, okay, I see people here. All right, let's, there you go. Okay, cool. I'm bringing it all the way up. I'm not even sure if I get seen, but anyways, I want everyone to say Startup PH on 3, okay? Is that cool? You got a thumbs up? You got a thumbs up there? Okay. All right, very good. 1, 2, 3. Startup PH! Woo! Jeez, what a tough crowd. Damn. Okay, one more time. Okay, one more time. Diane, you need this, Diane. Come on. All right, 1, 2, 3. Startup PH! Woo! Parang hindi kayo kumain, tsaka hindi ka nag-coffee, ah. Ano ba yan? All right. Before you sit down, I know everyone's about to sit down now. I want to turn this off. Before you sit down, there's a third thing, as you can see, that's written over there. A third thing that's written over there. It's hugs. And so I'd like to give hugs, and I'd like people to give hugs, because it's important to create connections. If you're going to be a startup founder, it's a lonely journey. In order for you to be able to succeed in life, let's be honest. There's a study that was done by Harvard University for 75 years. And what they showed is that the most prominent thing that allowed people to live longer, but also find more success in life, was the strength of their social connections. 75 years. And they think it's not the food that you eat, it's not the wine that you drink, it's not the walking, it's the relationships you have. So as people in the startup world, it's important to make sure you have good relationships to find success. Can I agree? Can everyone agree with that? Yeah. All right, cool. So before you give hugs, I know atat na kayo, mag-hug ba ako? So I'm gonna ask. Can I ask a volunteer? Anyone want to volunteer? Anyone volunteer? I need a volunteer up here. Oh my God, everyone's like shy. I'm shy ako. Oh, Kelly, but Kelly in the house. Hey, Rika, what's up? Well, I got Kelly though. Kelly's here. Kelly, you volunteer? Let's give Kelly Nisa Fernandez a round of applause, please. Okay, that's the high five. That's not the hug yet. So this hug is backed by science, just to let you know. I did a whole research on the study of the science of touch. And I know I'm going to take this quick so that you guys can sit down, because I know you feel like you want to sit down already, even though you have to stand up, because you'll die if you don't stand up, okay? So number one, some rules. Number one, consent. Ask permission first. You say like, hey, can I give you a hug? And be honest with that. Can I give you a hug? If somebody says yes, then yes. If no, just simply just put your arms crossed and say, no, I don't want a hug right now. And it's okay. And don't shame the person for wanting to get a hug. Okay? So that's simple as that. Number 2, there's certain rules when you give a hug. First, three things not to do. 3 things not to do. 1, that's what you call the A-frame. So when you're gonna hug, just go with me. So when you hug, don't stick your butt out and hug na nakalabas yung puwet niyo, ha? Don't do that. Okay. 1. Number 2, don't do the tap. The tap, which is because what happens is tap, you lose the connection. So then why are you hugging in the first place? It's fake. And number 3, don't do the Joey. Everyone watch Friends? Any Friends watchers here? Friends? Puros mga Gen Z na pala dito, ha? Anong Friends? TikTok ba yan? No. Friends, Joey, there's a guy named Joey, and Joey, he would always come and be like, how we doing? All right? So don't come up and be like, you say, hey, can I give you a hug? And you're like, yes, how we doing? You know, don't do that, okay? So first, what you want to do is ask permission. Can I give you a hug?
Yes.
Thank you. You need to say the verbal yes, okay? Number 2, bring your arms out like sideways and big like this. And then put your heart to connect to the other person's heart. You get it? Wow, yun pala yun. All right, heart to heart, okay? And then second, when you come in, okay, I'll get you. She gave permission.
Yeah.
I come in, we come heart to heart like this, and then you take a nice deep breath in, breathe in, exhale out, and just hold for a second. Science says 20, but I know this is Philippines and everyone's weird about this. So just squeeze it for a second, and then when you release, don't tap. When you release, come out, look, and say thank you.
Thank you.
Okay? So once again, first, ask permission. 2, open your arms so that the heart connects to the other heart. And 3, when you hug, hold for a breath. And then 4, when you release, look into the person's eyes and say thank you. Are we good? All right, cool. I just want you to do it to 2 people, please, then we can get on with the talk. Cool? All right, can we get some music? Some music, a little bit of music just to play. Okay, everyone, ask permission first. Okay, here we go. Well, I'll give you guys 1 minute. 1 minute. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Thank you. No, give me right there.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I was like here at 11:18.
No worries. Thank you.
I'll
Yeah,
look
come ahead.
forward to like
Just see if I'm on the frame. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. All right, 30 seconds. If you haven't hugged somebody else, one person, hug the other person already. Switch up. Remember, ask for permission. If you don't want, you can just put your hands across. Remember, it's okay. Whatever you want to allow is okay. Okay, finish up. Really enjoy that moment when you're hugging. And the one thing you want to do too is really smell the person. You're gonna find out, naligo ba to? Nag-perfume ba to? Or amoy sibuyas? You know, and so really gonna make sure that you really smell the person, feel the essence. Thank you very much for joining in that little icebreaker. It allows everyone to once again, hopefully, come together. And as a startup founder, an investor, an angel investor, or an advisor, it's important to make sure that you get this connection. So I just want to share with you just a little bit of the journey and give you this big statement. If you see it up here, dreams do come true. I'm going to repeat that. Dreams do come true. In 2014, this photo was taken by one of my high school best friends as he was finishing his MBA at Fordham. And he was from, I went to Zobel. Any people from LaSalle? Any LaSallites here? Any? Yeah. Mga archers ba dyan? Pero high school. UP ako eh. Anyways, he took a photo of me at this moment. And I actually just asked him for my camera. And instead of giving me my camera, since it was our first ever open practice at Madison Square Garden in 2014, he took a picture of me putting my hand out. Kala mo naglilimos. You know, and I was like, am I begging? No, it was just for me. And ironically, this was the photo as I posted it on Facebook and Instagram and everything. This was the photo that the Inquirer actually took out, scrapped on data, and actually posted it on the first article that was written about me after I got the job with the Knicks. And so it's really ironic that it's also me, in a sense, at that time, inviting everybody to make sure that to let you guys know that dreams do come true. So that said, fast forward to 2022. If you think that that was the biggest dream I had, which it was, and I'll tell you all about a little bit more a little bit later of what that means and why that was part of my journey. But I just want to show you a frame of this. And I can get the volume up too of this one. And I can go back and go back to the beginning and then put the volume up as possible. Can you go back to the start? So, no, okay. So pause it first. There you go. Oh, no, there you go. No, you just have to click on the thing. There you go. Hold on. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay. Just listen to that for a second.
In his ninth season with the Knicks, Irwin is the team physical therapist and assistant athletic trainer. Irwin is the first Filipino raised and educated in the Philippines to be on the medical staff of an NBA team. Fans, please join us in celebrating all of our Filipino heritage fans here with us tonight.
Thank you. I didn't post up, that's a humble brag, but I didn't post that to brag. I posted that video because that was the biggest career moment. For me, I knew I made it. It wasn't enough for me to make it at the Garden and work for the Knicks and be one of the first ever Filipinos to work in an NBA team. But for me to be recognized on Filipino Heritage Night with about 3,000 Filipinos and Filipino Americans at Madison Square Garden, and to be recognized at the center, to be one of the people, not only in the Jumbotron, because they did the little Jumbotron thing with me, Coach Eric Spoelstra, Jalen Green, and Jordan Clarkson, but I was there representing as well as not an actual player or coach, but somebody who was helping and serving these athletes. And the reason why that's also important, because if you listen to the music, that was the Eraserheads, if you remember that. And Eraserheads, ironically, 6 months after that moment, they played at the theater at Madison Square Garden. And it would be a great story to say that they said the same thing too, to say, hey guys, it was the greatest career moment of our life to play at Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena. But as it turns out, and I asked my brother last night, Earl Valencia, I go, hey, you were at that concert, right? And he was like, yeah, I was. I was like, so did they say this was one of the most exciting events they've ever played? And he says, no, they actually just played for 1.5 hours straight and left. I go, wow. Okay, this was the end of their Huling El Bimbo tour. And it was at New York City. And for them, they didn't even really enjoy the moment of being at the Garden because they were so tired already, and they didn't enjoy that moment, when in fact, this is one of the greatest stages to ever say that you ever played in your life. If you're anybody, and absolutely anybody, and you played at the Garden, you've definitely made it. So we're going to run through just the 3 steps to my success. And I say this because it's really important, because when I first got the job, I got asked by a number of news reporters that came and wanted to interview me and wanted to ask about like what the journey was. But then there's this one reporter, Don Tagala, who was the correspondent for ABS-CBN, and as he asked me this question, if you have any advice for young kids back in the Philippines to maybe follow in your footsteps, what would it be? And ironically, there was a microphone down here, and I don't know what came out of me, and I said 3 things. Visualize it, prepare for the path, and manifest it. And I don't know what overcame me at that moment in time, but that was what the words that came out of my mouth. And so let me dive in now to what this all means. First, visualize it. There you go. First, visualize it. When I was about 18 years old, I woke up one morning in a cold sweat because I had the most fantastic dream, most fantastic vision in my head. I dreamed I was in the middle of a basketball court with the light shining bright just like this. with the sounds of the music pumping hard through the speakers, with the feeling of the floor, with the dribbling of the basketball, and with the crowd running around. I also, as I'm going back to the smell, I also smelled the mixture of cologne from the coaches next to me, mixed with the hot dogs and the popcorn that went through the entire basketball court. And I was 18. I didn't even know this was going to happen. But because I was so clear with what I wanted, because I was so clear of the direction I was going to go, I knew one day the universe, God, whoever you believe in, was going to step in and actually make it happen. It was so clear. So as a startup founder, it's important for everybody to have that vision, to kind of know why you're doing it, not just for the money. If you do it for the money, you'll never be successful. You got to do it for a bigger reason, a bigger purpose. For me, my purpose was this: to simply inspire the next generation of thought leaders and change makers in the health, wellness, and performance space globally. Obviously, it started here in the Philippines for me, and I continue to help kids in the Philippines to be inspired to maybe one day follow in those footsteps. But also, there's other kids who are immigrants from different parts of the planet that saw me sitting down on the bench every day and said, how can I be that guy? And so for me, it's been always a blessing for me to give back. With my community, the Grasshopper Project, which is a mentorship nonprofit based in the US, it's a 501c3. That now we have people in different parts of the world. This was just taken in London with Watford Football Club, one of the English Premier League teams, and the community members from the Atlanta Braves and John Davies, who's a very well-known, James Davies, who's one of the well-known osteopaths in London that works with celebrities, and David Beckham and all of them. And then, but what really it boils down to is the picture below. This is Rihanna. She is the daughter of the people that take care of one of my family's kind of properties up in the Sierra Madre Mountains. This past weekend, we had a Christmas party for the indigenous kids that we serve up in the Sierra Madre Mountains. And Rihanna, who since she was little, she had a mission and a vision to maybe one day be a physician, to be a doctor. And so my mother and I made it our commitment to make sure that she fulfills that dream no matter what, and make sure that her journey is smooth along the way. Because this girl is going to be a superstar. So watch out for her, because not only is she going to be successful and actually finish school and hopefully one day be that person, but also she got good people around her. And this was just a picture of her with her certificate of first aid. Remember, she's 8th grade. And then we really inspired her to take that first step to be a physician. Second, prepare for the path. You got to do the work. You got to do 10,000 hours. And I'm sorry to say this, but so many in today's generation, sorry, the Gen Zs in the house, any Gen Zs? Gen Zs? They're not working. Yeah, exactly, that's why. So they're all hanging out somewhere with the vibes, taking videos and photos, 0.5. So the current generation, I'm sorry to say this, is so adapt to being privileged enough that things will just happen to them. But you gotta put in the work. No, I'm sorry, excuse my French, but you gotta eat shit first. Because it's through this discomfort that you become a champion. It's through the hardships that make you realize what's really important. And if you take everything for granted just because it's just there, you're never gonna be successful. If you look at everyone that's ever been successful, there's always this weird path of weird things that happen to them. Look at the guy that's now almost worth $1 trillion. You think he had an easy life. You think his mom and dad just gave him a silver spoon and made him do things. No, he actually worked. He dropped out. He came from South Africa, and now he's worth almost $1 trillion. I mean, anyone know Elon Musk here? Anyone know Elon Musk? Whether you agree with his politics or not, he's a visionary. He knew what he wanted, and he knew how to fulfill it. Another visionary is this guy right here. Anybody know who this guy is? That guy? Manny Pacquiao, who's from Mindanao. Any people from Mindanao here? Yes. Representing Davao, I got my Tiboli outfit right here. Manny Pacquiao had a great story, and the challenges that he faced, selling cigarettes on the street, to becoming one of the most successful boxers in history. You think Manny Pacquiao would have been the champion that he is now if he just sat down in the boxing rink and just waited till he got a chance to fight somebody? No, he worked his ass off. So a lesson for everybody is that hard work actually pays off. And if you don't do the work, especially as a startup founder or even as an investor, there's work to be done if you want success to happen. So don't shy away from work. Whether you're getting that 10,000 hours or not, you need to do the work. And not just the work in general for what you want for success, but the work for yourself. Do the inner work. If you don't know who you are, people who want to invest in you will have no idea why they're investing in you. Give them a reason to. Lastly, manifest it. After my 8 years working in Major League Baseball, I thought I got it made. I had 8 years of Major League Baseball experience. I've been a clinician for probably over 10 years. And I got 2 interviews with 2 basketball teams at that time. This is 2012. And I said, I got this. What else? I pushed hard. I said, okay, I got the interview. Let's continue the interview. I was pushing and I kept on asking, hey, any updates on the interview? Anything? What's the update on the position? Did I get it? Did I not? I pushed so hard that the universe said, no, you're not going to get it. I placed second in both interviews of 2 NBA teams that I thought I was already ready for. Why? Is because this ego started creeping up and saying, like, I got this. I don't need to prove anything else. And the universe said, no. Do more work. So it's important to make sure that you know that you allow for space and time to make things happen. A perfect example of that is that really what does manifest? Anyone know what the word manifest is? Speaking of Gen Zs love the word manifest. It's a perfect excuse for them to just sit down on the couch. I'm just saying. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to manifest a car. So I'm going to sit down and the car is just going to appear. Ah, yeah, the car's coming na. Ay, wala pa ba? Oh man, now I have to work. I know, I'm hitting on the Gen Zs. Love you guys. You know, I'm a Gen Xer myself. Zillennial Xer guys. But to manifest is to make evident. And that's a Merriam-Webster definition. And here's a little just example of what it made happen for me. One, before I got to the NBA, there was 0 Filipinos or 0 Filipino Americans in the NBA. Whether they're as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, a medical person, there was 0. When I came in, there was 1. You know who that 1 was? Me. After that, when I left, now we have 3 Filipino Americans. That 3 of them actually have never been back to the Philippines, which is sad. That's something I'm trying to push them to do. But now there's 3. So be able to manifest that because I started the process. And when the process begins, people will follow. So we're back to the 3 things. Visualize it, prepare for the path, and manifest it. So if you listen to this, let me leave you with a challenge. What dream do you want to come true? Anyone know what their dream is? Anyone know what their dream is? Damn. Nobody knows what their dream is? Can I get a show of hands? Like, give me 5. My question again, does anyone here know what their dream is? Their big dream. Okay, now we got 20. That's guys, it's important for you to know what your dream is. Visualize it. Have absolute clarity of what it is that you want to dream and what it is that you want to fulfill and succeed to. 2, prepare for the path. Do the work. Make sure you put your 10,000 hours in and make sure you find success because you learn from the hardships and the discomfort. And 3, manifest it. Allow the universe or God to be able to help you make those dreams come true. So let me remind you once again, dreams do come true. All you got to do is visualize it, prepare for the path, and manifest it. Thank you very much. Oh. You missed my code. Oh, if you have any questions, just put them on my link tree right here. Have any questions, please DM me. My DMs are open, and I want to make sure if anyone has any questions, particularly whether it has to do with the AI startup space. I'm big on AI and wellness. That's the world I live in. And so if anyone particularly is interested in creating any startups that have to do with wellness and artificial intelligence, please let me know. So this is the world I live in. That's here. Otherwise, hit me up, DM me on the gram, and I'll be able to answer your questions accordingly. Thank you again.
Again, once again, that's Dr. Erwin Benedict Valencia. Let's give him a big round of applause.
May I please ask you to just stay on stage? Sorry,
Oh,
Dr. Erwin,
oh,
please
my,
stay
okay.
on stage. We'll just give you something. And for that, we would like to call on USEC Dr. Leah Bautista for the OSC. Ms. Ingoy Ibanez for Scale NCR. Please
Oh.
here in the middle. The Scale NCR President, Dave the Rosario Operations Head of Kubo, and the lead
Oh, thank you.
organizer
Touch
for
later.
Thank you.
Philippine
Yeah,
Startup Week 2024. They are here to present a certificate of appreciation for us.
Oh, wow. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Maybe you can hold this.
Oh, this one too. Okay. Wow, so much. Oh,
There.
wow.
There you go.
We would also like to invite everybody who wants to post about this event.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Of course. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Again, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful message.
Yes, so the story of Erwin is truly inspiring, right? Being a Filipino